This commandment has a very interesting, may I say, a very peculiar association or relationship virtually with all the other commandments that exist in the Ten Commandments. It's a relationship that I will argue that really merits our undivided attention. The further you get into this commandment, the more appreciation you're going to have for it. The more fear of God will be cultivated in your heart. The more you will hate this concept of lying. The more terrified you're going to be of actually falling into this sin. This is the power of the Word of God. The more you feed on it, the more it transforms you from the inside and out. And we really are after, I want the mind of the Lord. I want to have the perspective of the Lord. You want that? You feed on His Word. We're going to feed on His Word today, and you're going to see how effective His Word really is. Joseph has been sold into slavery. He's taken up residence in a house of a man, an Egyptian by the name Potiphar. Potiphar is a very well-known, he's a significant individual in Egypt. He's an officer of Pharaoh. He's actually the captain of his guard. And so this guy is not a no-namer in Egypt. This guy is at the top of the food chain, if you will. And it came to pass after these things that his master's wife cast longing eyes on Joseph. And she said, "Lie with me." But he refused and said to his master's wife, "Look, my master does not know what is with me in the house, and he has committed all that he has to my hand. There is no one greater in this house than I, nor has he kept back anything from me but you, because you are his wife. How then can I do this great wickedness and sin against God?" So Joseph does not acquiesce to her advance. He doesn't succumb. He's not persuaded by her proposition. He refuses her categorically, and he does so in two tiers. The first tier, as you see Joseph comes out, he reminds Potiphar's wife of what Potiphar has done. Potiphar has given everything in the house under Joseph's care. Joseph reminds her there is no one greater in his house than him. Do you understand the magnitude of that statement? Do you understand what he's conveying to his wife? He's conveying the following. Do you understand that your husband has trusted me more than any other man? More than any. And because of that, could I do such a thing? But he doesn't end there. Then he ends with the following, and sin against God? Joseph identifies this as lawlessness. It's an actual sin to commit adultery. This is what is holding Joseph back. He doesn't want to sin against the one who showed him honor and kindness. He doesn't want to ultimately sin against God. This is how she responds. And so it was, as she spoke to Joseph day by day, that he did not heed her to lie with her or to be with her. This woman is relentless. Joseph wasn't in a situation where he faced temptation for a moment and then escaped it and said, "Wow, that was crazy. Oh, this is a good thing." No, Joseph is in a situation where he's locked into it. He's a Hebrew slave serving Potiphar. He can't, quit his job and go somewhere else. He's stuck in this environment, and this woman doesn't take no for an answer. And day after day, she's trying to seduce him and persuade him. And I'm pretty positive that she was quite convincing. And then we move on to verse 11. But it happened about this time when Joseph went into the house to do his work, and none of the men of the house was inside. Perfect opportunity. This is what Satan's looking for, to execute. Nobody could witness this atrocity. Nobody will know. The devil has set this up. And then we read this. When no one's looking, that she caught him by his garment and said, "Lie with me." It's interesting. This has escalated. Because before this verse, all we read is she spoke to him day by day, trying to persuade with her words. Now she's taken hold of him. how does Joseph respond this time? After she is attempting to wear him out, like the devil is going to attempt to wear the saints out. This is what we read. But he left his garment in her hand and fled and ran outside. Joseph literally ran for his life. Notice what it says right at the beginning here of what's highlighted. He left his garment in her hand. She never let go of him. You think about the struggle that he would have had. She still had his garment in her hand. This woman is as an adulteress as it gets. She's going to get what she wants. And how dare this Hebrew slave reject her advances? And then we read this, verse 13. And so it was when she saw that he had left his garment in her hand and fled outside. See, this is the part, and there's a reason this narrative's here. This is the part where here she has Joseph's garment, and she starts to process what just happened. She is processing, there is nothing I can do to break him. There's nothing I can do to seduce him. Every card she could play, she has played it. She called to the men of her house and spoke to them, saying, see, he has brought into us a Hebrew to mock us. Joseph came into me to lie with me, and I cried out with a loud voice. Unbelievable. Talk about flipping the narrative upside down. She's the one that was going after him. She's the one with the adulterous heart. Now she's totally, completely flipped the narrative and said, he came in to try to force himself upon me. She has just forged a lie. Whether in his house or out of his house, there is no one Potiphar trusts more. You think for a moment she did not consider that? And know that the relationship that Joseph has with Potiphar, there's a real bond there. Do you not think that she thought about what happens if this honorable man in whom my husband trusts with everything goes back and tells my husband what I did? What then? So what does she do? And this is the takeaway. Because of the sin she committed, she formulates a lie to cover the sin. This is the relationship I'm talking about, this unique relationship of thou shalt not bear false witness, has a very, very unique relationship with all other sins. This is the instrument used to conceal the sin. This particular sin, I kid you not, is one of the most diabolical, most evil, most dangerous weapons that the devil has in his arsenal. I will argue everything about Satan's kingdom falls when the lies cease. The only way he can advance his agenda on every facet and every level is to peddle the lies. To peddle the lies and to convince you to believe those lies. It is absolutely sick and twisted.
Hey there, this is Mike at Corner Fringe Ministries, and I'd like to thank you for taking the time to watch our video. We hope that it blessed you and it encouraged you. And if it did, please hit the thumbs up on the video and share it with your friends and family. It's also, if you haven't already considered, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Now, if you'd like to watch the entire video, click on this link. And if you'd like to watch the entire series and learn more about what we do and believe here at Corner Fringe Ministries, click on this link. Once again, I'd like to thank you for watching the video, and we hope to see you again soon. Shalom.